important. So another is importance of software quality assurance. Just like before I said, this board are saying. So here first let's discuss defect prevention. So what happened is nothing, no product is defect free or bug free, but what we can do is we can minimize them, we can prevent the defects from occurring the from creating the huge problem later. So its main important is the defect prevention. Another is customer satisfaction, I discussed in the previous slide, and risk mitigation. What does it mean? It means to minimize the risks, okay, reduce the risks. QA, software QA also helps in risk reduction. Suppose let's say you develop the product, but you send the product to the deployment in the market. Suppose you send the product to the software to the market without any testing, then there is high risk that it will fail. You will get negative feedback more than the positive feedback. So to reduce the risks, it is not possible to reduce 100%, but it is its main importance is to reduce risks as much as possible. Okay, so continuous improvement. So QA is important in software to continuously improve the software development. Okay, so its quality improve as the software passes the each level of test. The quality of the software is also improved, and time and cost efficiency. Like I said before, if the developers sit and code also, test also, they do that, then it will be very time consuming and costly. So QA, software QA is important to reduce the time and cost. So another is process improvement. So as I said before, QA is process, right? So as the process increase, it will improve with the help of QA as well. And another is compliance and standard. So it's obvious that QA is used. QA is important to improve the quality standards. So its main purpose is to provide quality of the product or service or softwares. Okay, so that's the importance of the software quality assurance. And another is QA in SDLC. So let's say, yeah, so in SDLC there are this phase, 6 phase. First is analysis, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. So what happens is in analysis, first what I said before, they will client will provide CRS, and based on the CRS, these people, that product owner, product manager, business analyst, CTO, they will analyze the CRS provided by client and convert it into SRS, then provide that to the next system architect, UI UX designer, front end developer, back end developers, and this testers. Okay, QA, they will provide those the SRS to the other team members. Then in that analysis, they will analyze the requirement and understand those requirements, and then they will provide the requirement by converting them into SRS. And in SRS, there can be the document can be in different form, like in pictures, in diagrams, okay, in text. The documents can be in different forms. And in design, there are system architect, UI UX designer. They will understand the requirement and design the software. Then in development phase, there are developers like front end and back end developers. They will understand the requirement, and based on that requirement, they will develop the product. And testing, there are solution architect, QA engineer, tester, DevOps. Okay, I will talk about the testing in a few seconds. Okay, and then next is deployment. In deployment, there are data administrator, DevOps. Okay, and in maintenance, what happens is when the software is developed, right? Then it went to market. It goes to market. It's deployed, and when it's running in market. But when it is used by the users, there will be certain feedbacks on, like, they may want something to be added or something to be removed, right? So to make that changes, it's called maintenance. So it goes to maintenance, and after that it again goes circle this move towards this SDLC cycle. For that, if they put to maintenance, then again will the analysis, design, development, testing, and deployment. Okay, so that's how that's what maintenance is. And after maintenance, so now I'll talk about testing. Okay, so testing, this phase is the main part for QA. Okay, and in testing there is a life cycle called software testing life cycle, SDLC. So there are various phases that I have already discussed in the previous slide. Here in this slide I have discussed here various process, various phase of uh, SDLC, right? So uh, this is the main phase for the QA, tester or QC. Okay, so testing happens in this phase. So that's it for the SDLC. Another is role of QA in SDLC. So as said before, defect management. So to manage the defects and bugs when testing is done. Okay, there is the role of QA in that. Another process improvement, and another is demonstrating at showcases and functional analysis and testing. So what is that is in functional testing there are various testing under it, like unit testing, integration testing, system testing. So we test unit. Suppose there is a form, login form, in that login form the username text box, right? That is a unit. When we do the testing of that username text box, that is unit testing. And again there is another, that is password text box, that is also a single unit. And there is login, right? Login button, that is also another unit. So we do testing of the that unit. Then another is integration testing. There is also integration testing in functional analysis. Let's give example of integration testing. Suppose we have Gmail. Okay, so let's say um, suppose you have a Gmail, and what happens is, suppose before, let's say before going to send box, what should you do? What should you do? Yeah, for before sending to, before send box, we have to compose the email. So first compose, then send box. Your send box is dependent on compose. So what integration does is, when we compose the email, suppose compose the email, then we send the email, then it must come to the send box, right? But another thing that must happen is, it must go to the inbox of the receiver. So before appearing the email to send box, A has to compose the email. So A compose the email and send the email to B. Then what happens is, the after sending, clicking the send button, the email will come to the send box of A. But with that, the um, email email sent by the A should also go to the inbox of the receiver B. And the testing we do in this, whether the email is in appeared in send box as well as the inbox of B, send box of A and inbox of B, that testing process is integration testing. And another is performance testing. In performance testing there are various testing, like load testing, stress testing, scalability testing, stability testing, right? We'll be discussing about that in the coming days. And UAT means user acceptance testing. It is done after, at the end, after all the tests are passed, we would do UAT. It is done by the client. Means we have developed a software with all the test cases, all the testing possible from our side. Then we provide that we provide that software to the client. Then they will also do the testing in their certain ways, in their certain process. That testing is UAT. And another is accessibility testing. It means what is that? It means to make the product or software accessible to all. For example, there is an app called there is an app, I forgot the name, which is for blind people. What happens is, suppose the blind person want to buy a red color shirt, okay, red color shirt. So what happened is, they will in that app there is a video call system. So they will call through that app. Then through that app they will ask, then after calling through that app someone will receive, and through that app the blind person will ask, I want a red shirt, is this the red color red shirt? Then the person in the video call will respond according to the question of that blind person. So what it does is, it is accessible to uh, blind people as well as normal people. So that's the accessibility testing. And security testing, like, it means like vulnerability testings and prevention from that hacking, right? So different testings are done. We will be discussing all about these testings in the testing types later. Okay, so that's it for the video. We'll be doing the software testing and type in next video. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.